the importance of being stoic. Stoicism is pretty much the behavior mechanism that a man can acquire, and pretty much what this stoicism does is pretty much to show unfazedness, resiliency. And pretty much this is a guy who is not fazed by anything in life. He's pretty much non-reactive to what's going on around him, no matter what the situation is. This is a man who is very highly capable of mastering his emotions, and throughout a time where most men will probably show emotion, this is a man that just simply nonchalant king. And reason why stoicism and masculinity goes hand in hand is not only because women find this attractive, but this also helps you keep your composure as becoming somebody who deems himself a high value man. Now, reason why stoicism is not really taught in today's society is because we all know that this matrix is attacking and crumbling the identity of what a masculine man is in today's society. And the case is, it is not the image of what it used to be back in the day. Back then, we would see in the movies, like, the 1960s or whatnot, we'll see somebody like Hasselhoff or, Ben Affleck, the guys in the A-Team movies, the war movies with the big old chest, big testosterone and rage kind of guys going crazy in the jungle, these type of movies. And that's what masculinity was identified as. Nowadays, it's kind of like a more softened version of what it used to be. Biologically speaking, women won't find this attractive because man has to lead a woman in a relationship. And the reason being is because men are wired logically in their brain, and women are wired emotionally in their brain. And when you start making decisions on, I don't know, let's say like something devastating happens, or something tragic happens, a man is more fit to lead the next step in the direction of what to do rather than a woman, because he's thinking from a more logical standpoint rather than the woman being in the moment making a decision based off an emotional instincts that she has. Rather, a man being in that same exact moment, being able to keep that composure, lock himself down, and all right, let's start seeing how we can get this going. Stoicism is also very important. I mean, like I said, women find it attractive as well. It increases your character, your personality. But honestly, you get to a state where you become, I guess, nonchalant, as everybody call it. But I like to call it a state of peace. So you find peace within stoicism, and being able to know that, all right, I can only control how I react, but I can't control to what actually happens to me or around me. But I can control how I express myself and how I manage myself throughout any type of situation, no matter what emotion that I'm going through, whether I'm happy or sad or I'm really about to break down. No matter what, I can hold myself together, keep a poker face, and that right there alone is going to be a scary trait that most men don't have, because as you see nowadays, the research even shows that the levels of testosterone in men are such low than what it used to be. And even me having my own personal experience out in the world, like me, I'll shake other men's hand, and it's normally me with the stronger grip on the handshake. They're neither hold my hand like I'm some passenger princess, or they'll hold my hand all soft and diligently, like, nah, grab that thing. You know what I'm saying? They'll look at me all kind of confused because I'm gripping the shit out their hand. Like masculine men are supposed to do. It's like nowadays men walk around with this such low esteem for themselves as far as to how they view themselves. I referred this in my last video in the hierarchy of needs, on how we need to focus on staying outside and going up this pyramid of, I guess you could say, self-actualization, to where you become the highest point of potential of what you can truly become in this life. And so what Stoicism does, this what helps you get through the hardships, when you don't feel like working out, but you just had a long day, or you don't want to make content or spend hours editing, or whatever the case may be. Just goes outside of just dealing with emotional confrontation, because these emotional confrontations become something that's active in your life. When you skip that workout, you're showing less stoicism, because now you're letting your emotions, oh, I don't feel like doing this, or oh, I'm too tired. You put some excuse over what it is that you actually need to do, rather than doing what you need to do, fulfill that duty and get stronger so you can fulfill your role and evolve into who you said that you were going to become. Skipping that workout is not going to get you to that 10 out of 10 aesthetic body that we've been all desiring. Everybody got their own image on how they want to look, but skipping that workout's not going to get you there because you don't feel like doing it for a night. Fuck it. No, get in there. You say you want to do it X amount of days. Let's do it. Oh, you say you want to edit this content. Oh, you need to write out these lyrics for this song. Oh, you need to mix and master, produce. Oh, you need to go bake, paint, go do it. It doesn't matter. That's what Stoicism brings. It brings this, and it brings a high amount, a level of discipline into your life. And discipline, we all know that discipline and consistency is the fundamental key of being successful and evolving. Because, believe it or not, we are creatures of habit. So if you're feeling that you're at any state, whether this is a state of happiness, a state of wealth, a state of having less of, all of this is just habits of what you do in your day-to-day life. Oh my God, that is a pretty ass fucking Ferrari. Oh, I know y'all guys got that. I know y'all seen that. So look, the habits that you build, the habits that you form, this all comes from discipline. Like, people have bad eating habits because they're disciplined to not slowing down or taking a second thought, a conscious thought on, why am I consuming this? Or why do I feel I need to have this? Same thing with somebody being extremely rich, somebody like an Elon Musk, for an example. I mean, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I mean, let's say he has a morning routine, because that's something I firmly believe, that somebody with a constant routine, like Kobe Bryant says, the mama mentality. You have a constant routine, you'll be able to build new habits and establish an identity of who it is that you say that you are. So somebody being successful, you get the discipline and the consistency of waking up early, meditating, getting work done, working out, giving like an hour before you even start getting onto your cell phone. Spend an hour before you get on your cell phone, go outside, get in nature, hiking, like all of this stuff, etc. This is what they believe to be the discipline and the consistency key point to making their lives 10 times wealthier, compared to somebody who has a habit of not doing what they're doing. But this is all negative reflections. And I mean, yes, you could say like, oh, but this is based off of how personal perspective is. Yes, but also at the same time, we must internalize that energy. Every action is a good action, neutral action, or a negative action. And if we're constantly taking negative actions, things that are not going to elevate our vibrations, things just like procrastinating. I mean, procrastination can be good in some cases, but if we make a disciplined, consistent, routine habit of procrastinating, how can we really ever get anything done? Because then we start relying on what I said in the last video, technology, when you want to be relying on things like primal instincts to get things done as a masculine figure. So we get into the habit of creating new habits and practice something like Stoicism. And Stoicism will help you discipline yourself. It'll help you emotionally block out those voices in your head that tells you, oh, skip the workout, or eat the donut, or, do something that probably isn't for the best of your interest. But here's the kicker. It gets harder the more you try to discipline this, because then you start doing things that you never really initially paid attention to. But this is pretty much it. I mean, Stoicism is very beneficial, I've been practicing Stoicism for about a year and a half, and being able to experience those moments where, you know, being publicly embarrassed or having heart-to-heart moments with people throughout my experience here, it's just like, all right, I'm able to lock this down, but still it shows the other person, I don't know, people take it how they take it, but me knowing that it's like, wow, it's really a powerful tool for me to just show somebody that I'm unfazed, but really inside, I'm taking it in internally. I take it in internally and I analyze it, but it gives you more of an analytical standpoint when you can just block out your emotions, really focus on what people are telling you or what situations are around you or showing you, and really dissect those things rather than, oh, this is personal to me. Like, if you see my video, 4 agreements, you know, one of the agreements is we never take anything personally, and another one was we never make assumptions. So we don't make any assumptions about anything being personal towards us, and we accept it with love, then we're able to elevate our consciousness through a state of a higher vibration. And with this higher vibration, as you practice the Stoicism also, I mean, it does attract a lot of things into your life, you know? If you're being very observant with what you're doing and moving your intention with righteousness. You know, you got to be righteous and authentic and genuine with whatever you're doing. But it has to be out of love, because without love, you know, there's no other energy that can ascend upwards. But man, honestly, that just felt like a little lecture, like I'm in like a science class or whatnot. But Stoicism, practice that. It's good for your mental health, because as men, I'm not saying it's not okay for us to show emotion, but we need to understand there are times where we can and where we can't be emotional, you know, or, you know, we have to be strong. Let's say, for an example, we have to be strong for somebody else in the room. It's just more masculine to, you know, especially if there's feminine energy around, you know, let's say it's a scary situation. You're the guy that can keep his shit together and not panic and can organize something. You know, a guy that can keep his shit together and start taking action to better the situation, no matter what the situation is. Like, that is something in itself to have. I mean, I can almost say it's a gift once you start mastering the discipline and you build the habit of becoming stoic. But other than that, I mean, Stoicism, man, that is probably like one of the best things I've gotten into. And even to this day, I'm still working on Stoicism. You know, I'm still a student of this art and this technique, and I love how it builds on to my perspective of who I am. Stoicism is the shit, honestly. But if you guys want a money play, I'm about to get into some financial tips here. This is something I also want to bring towards the channel. So we're kind of start rolling out this channel idea and kind of getting everything in motion. But if you want free $200 and you live in the United States, link in the description. It's the first link in the description. Check it out. Really, really legit. I have a lot of people doing this experience, and I'm getting positive feedback from it. So if you guys want to click the link below, it's free $200, bro. You're not even doing nothing. It's called Qwick. Yeah, y'all go check that out. Do some research on it, and y'all be safe, man. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.